Okay, number 5 is a two-part question, so we got to get the first part right, move it on to the second part. But it says Jeremy listed 5 rational numbers. Then he drew a number line to display and compare them. So we need to plot the numbers on the number line. So they give you, these are where numbers are going to go, okay? And so we have decimals and we have fractions, but if I'm looking at my number line, it appears that I have between my whole numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 tick marks, which means a fraction with a denominator of 4 in between, okay? Okay, so let's just go with that. But let's start looking at each of my rational numbers and let's see if we can evaluate it, simplify it, change it anyway. So 6 over 3 is the same thing as saying 6 divided by 3, which gives us 2. So this can be rewritten as 2. And if you look on your number line, we actually have a hole that falls right on 2. But what you need to do is write your rational number in its original form, okay? Then I have negative 3/4, and we already know that it's, each, our gaps, our tick marks are fractions over 4, and we're negative 3/4. So this isn't even a whole, doesn't even go to 1 yet. I can't say whole number, it doesn't even go to 1 yet, okay? So if I'm counting negative, I'm going backward, negative 1/4, 2/4, and then I have here negative 3/4, okay? Put a check by these because I've taken care of them, okay? Then I have 1 and 5/10, and if I were to convert that, say, to a fraction, it's the same thing as saying 1 and 1/2. So that's going to go right here. And I will allow you to use a calculator on this test for converting decimals to fractions and fractions to decimals. Then I have 25 hundredths, which is also the same thing as 1/4. Okay. And if I look over here, I find it right there. So we're going to write in the original form, 25 hundredths. Then I have negative 5/4. Now, if I were to divide this, okay, I would get 1 and 1/4. But if I'm going to count, negative 5/4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4/4. But if I'm going one more, 5/4. So negative 5/4. So the first thing you're going to have to do on your test is to put rational numbers in on the number line, okay? It didn't say ordering, it just said put it on the number line. So we place it on the number line. And the next question is to write an inequality that compares one of the fractions to one of the decimals. Oh my. So you got to pick, listen carefully, you got to compare one of these fractions to one of these decimals, okay? Then explain how the number line helps you decide which number is greater, okay? So I would just, look at what I have in my number line, and I see I have negative 3/4 and 25 hundredths. So I'm going to write my inequality, meaning negative 3/4 is less than 25 hundredths. Okay? And then explain how the number line helps you decide which number is greater. So you could say something like this. You could say, I know that 0 divides my positive numbers and my negative numbers on the number line. And here I see negative is smaller than positive. And we have that in our notes. Negative is always smaller than positive. So for one thing, we could say negative is always smaller, or you could say less than positive. Okay, but when you're using your number line, you could say that when you look at the number line, looking at my number line, you can abbreviate number line, negative 3/4 is to the left of 0, and 25 hundredths is to the right. All right, part A and B.